Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crafty Couple. Today we are doing some DIY thrift flip decor and we are super excited for today's video. It is a little bit different than what we normally do, but we do want to start branching out and doing some different content. And we know that not everyone has the same thing at their thrift stores. They vary a lot in what they carry and what you might find. We want to simply give you some ideas so that when you're out there, you can look at things a little bit differently and come up with your own ideas. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comment which project's your favorite.
For this project, I found this really cute wall light from DI and it was only $3, so I knew I had to get it. It was okay that it didn't have any of the electrical wires or anything because I'm going to be using a little puck light that I got from Five Below. We just recently got a bunch of Five Belows here in Utah, and they have been really fun to explore and find all different products. You can use this puck light from Dollar Tree, but you do have to push it on and off, and the one from Five Below has a little remote. I like that you can just turn it on and off without having to go and push it. That is a little bit inconvenient for me, and it just takes a few AAA batteries. And then you can put that on any light that you don't want to wire. After I cleaned the lamp, I decided to just leave it the color that it was. I thought it was still really pretty. You could spray paint it if you wanted to, but I thought that it was almost like an oil rub bronze type of color, and I really enjoyed it. This light you can change all different colors, and you can also do where it kind of cycles through all the colors or just white if you would like. And it came with this little adhesive sticker so that I can just use that to place it on the light. Since there was no place for me to stick it, I decided to just cut a little circle of foam board and glue it inside the light. Once you glue that in there, all I did was use hot glue, but once that's in there, you can put the puck light on it and it sticks a lot better. I think if you did it without something there, it would be a lot harder to have something to stick to. Since it is just hot glue, it does come out if you would like it to, and you can scrape the hot glue off, but for my purposes, I just want it to be a puck light inside. All I did to attach it was take off both of the coverings for the sticker, put it on the back, and put it directly onto the light. What I love about this project is you can put it anywhere. I am not an electrician. I don't know anything when it comes to that type of stuff, so I can put these over my kids' beds or anywhere really, and I'm very excited about that. When you need to change the battery, all you have to do is twist it off and then you can twist it back on. This didn't come with any screws, but we had some on hand, and all I'm going to do is spray paint them with the Rustoleum metallic oil rub bronze so that it has a better look and it's more cohesive. I just spray painted the tops of them so that when they go into the wall, you just don't really see them. And here it is put up. This is the setting that I told you about earlier where it kind of cycles through the colors. You can also just do white, which I think is the option that I would choose the most. But I think it's super fun and the remote is so handy and easy to use.
So this piece we found at Savers for $2.99. It's a nice metal piece. I thought it was really unique, kind of a geometric design, and I'm not sure if it was used originally for like a planter stand, but that's what I saw and envisioned and I wanted to make. If you know what this may have been originally, let us know in the comments. Maybe it was used just for this or something else. I'm not really sure. But I looked around at some different places for a bowl or a planter to go in there, and I found this at the Dollar Tree. This is in the pet section, and it fit perfectly. It has that little lip at the top so it would slide in there and rest on the metal part. So all I'm going to do here is use 100% acetone to go ahead and clean this off and get that stencil or that color, that paint that's on there, remove that. I have to apologize. I thought I had a clip here of the spray paint, but I guess we didn't have that. So what I did was I spray painted the bowl or that container white, and then I did the frame black. And I thought I would like it, but I wasn't really liking the style and how it was looking, so I eventually went with just the matte black all the way around with the container and the frame. And I think that looks really high-end and modern. I also thought about doing gold for the frame and then black for the container. I think that would have looked cool as well, but the black on black looks really, really good. So the next part here is to add our greenery or flowers or whatever we're going to put inside here. So the first thing that I'm doing is taking this moss sheet from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to trace this circle outline here. I'm going to cut that out, and what that's going to allow me to do is hide what I'm putting in here. So all I'm going to use is some bags. I found that bags work really well to hold your greenery in here. So if you have a bunch of those grocery bags, store those, keep those, and they work really well for filler when you're trying to arrange these. And these are just some leaves that we got from Michael's a while ago. They were, I think, 70 or 80% off when we got them. So always look for those deals when you go to those hobby stores. They usually have some awesome deals if you can find them off season. So definitely check those out. Now, like I said, the bags, I'm going to kind of bunch them up around the bottom of this and then put that in, and then I'll use the rest of the bags to fill in the other gaps. And what's awesome about using the bags is they're really light. You don't have to cut anything, and you can form them really easily. So as you can see, all I'm doing is stuffing them in around here, and then if you have enough, you can really get it in pretty tight so that you can arrange that perfectly however you want. And then, like I said, we obviously don't want to see those bags. So I'm using this moss sheet, and I'm going to cut down to the center, and then however much area you need right there in the middle, you just want to cut around there. So I'm going to cut out a circle, and that's going to allow those actual stems to come up through there. And the reason why I'm cutting a line to the center so that I can kind of bend that and go around it. Like you can see here, the first attempt, it was not quite big enough. So I'm just going to cut that hole a little bit bigger, and that will fit in perfect. You don't have to even glue anything. You can just slide it in and push it down. And that's going to really hide those plastic bags well and give us a finished look. And that's really all there is. There's not a lot to this, but I think the end result is absolutely beautiful and really high-end looking. So when you see kind of those oddball shapes or designs, make sure to check them out, pay a little bit more attention to them, and definitely pick them up from the thrift store. This next piece is a really nice, fairly large wood piece that we got for $2 from DI or Deseret Industries. And it looks like they just used it for a sign. It does have like some pretty deep grooves in the wood here. And then also right there at the top, I tried sanding it to see if I could get it off pretty well. The paint did come off easily. And then on the back here, there's some of these sawtooth hangers. So I imagine they just use it as like a picture or sign in their house. But what I wanted to do when I saw it, I thought it would look really good if we sanded this down, stained it, and then used it as a tray. So what I'm going to do here is just go ahead and sand off this A. We definitely want to get rid of that. And then the main thing here too, I think this is an older piece. It was some pretty rough wood, and then like I said, some of those deep grooves. So we just want to clean that up and smooth this out as much as we can. Now I could have sanded this a little bit more, but I did like some variation. So as you can see, there's some spots that are a little bit darker and maybe a little bit rougher. I did still want this to be kind of like an industrial modern look. So I left some of that, and I think with the stain it actually looks really well. I didn't have to sand it all the way down perfectly. The main thing was just getting those really deep grooves and that paint off of there. And I'm going to use this early American stain from Minwax and give this a really nice coat all over this to give this kind of that deeper stain look. And I think it looks perfect if you're going for kind of that modern industrial look. Now once we have this stained, we can move on to removing those hangers on the back. We don't need those. However, once I put the handles on this for the tray, it looked pretty cool, and I think that it would be a neat idea to maybe leave a couple of these hangers on and hang this on the wall, and then use the handles that I bought to hold towels, or use it like a towel hanger. Now I'll show you what I mean here in a little bit. That'll probably make more sense. But I think that'd be a really cool idea. So these are the two handles that I got. We ended up picking these up from Hobby Lobby. Now these are priced at $10. We definitely are never going to pay full price for these, so we got them when they were 50% off for $5. And for how big they are, I think that was a pretty good price. You know, handles can be pretty expensive. Now for spray painting, we get a lot of people asking how we get such a clean look and no drips. So here's a couple tips. When you're spray painting, make sure you start before your item and finish after it. So start spraying before, go past it, and then end after. That's gonna help avoid any of those initial spray marks. Because when you start spraying, and if you start right up close on your object, you're most likely gonna have kind of a buildup there. And then you almost want to just go back and forth and mist this. Keep a little bit of a distance between your item and the spray paint. You don't want to be too close, or else you will get some running going on. So do a couple coats if you need to, and take your time. So if you want more of an in-depth tutorial on spray painting, let us know in the comments. We'd love to do that. It can kind of be tricky, but once you get it down, it's a lot easier. After we have those painted, we can move on to attaching those to the wood. Now, when you're going to screw things into wood, I would recommend drilling some holes. When you go just straight into screwing in the screws, it can splinter or crack the wood. So I would recommend drilling some holes first. Now, hopefully you can see what I was talking about earlier about holding some towels. If you just turn this a little bit, you could slide a towel over each of those handles and it'd be a nice little towel holder. So let me know if you think that's a cool idea, or just stick with the tray. If you wanted to arrange these a little bit differently for the towels, or even maybe center one in the middle and use it just for one larger towel. I think there's a couple different ideas or ways that you could do that, but it was just a thought that I had when creating this. That's what I love about getting some of these things from the thrift store. There's a lot of different things that you could do with them. And then right here, the way that these handles fit, it actually fits right in between the wood pieces. So I didn't have to drill a hole there. I just simply screwed those in and they fit nicely in between those gaps. Now I also wanted to let you guys know that even though we're branching out and doing different content, we're always going to strive to bring the most budget-friendly projects with the least amount of tools. We don't want you to go out and spend a lot of money on material or tools. We know that that can add up and be expensive. So if you guys do like the thrift videos, we are going to start doing more of this on our second channel, where we show you how we're able to flip some of these thrift store projects and make money off of that. So if that's interesting to you, definitely check out our second channel, the Crafty Couple Vlogs. We just uploaded a couple shopping videos on there as well, and I know you guys will love that content just as much. Total cost on this, we're right around $12, and I think it looks really awesome, especially for that industrial modern look. So glass is always something to look for at the thrift store. This was $3, and it originally was $15. So we're gonna do some stone paint on this, turn it into something really high-end and modern. So to give you an idea, this costs $3. If you already have the paint on hand, great, you don't have to spend more. But say you're in this for $3 and you sell it just as is and turn around and sell this for $10, $15, $20, I would list it higher. You can always negotiate down and then you can make a nice little profit. Now, maybe that doesn't seem like a lot, but if you can make $10, $12, $15 and do multiples of these each month, you can have a nice little bit of side income coming in. And I wanted to give you a couple options for greenie that I think would look perfect, kind of that dried grass or some of this eucalyptus. So hopefully you enjoyed it. It's a really quick and simple project, but you could easily make a little bit of extra money doing things like this. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to check out all of our other fun DIY projects on our playlist. You can click through right here and check out those awesome videos. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video.